And we are live. And good morning to Gina and Rossi. Hi, and look who I got with me. I got Miss Juno Seas from Juno's World. Yay. I'm so glad to have you here, dear. It's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah, a
minute.
minute and a half, a New York minute, whatever that is. But thank you so much for having me back on. I missed you. I'm just
I
really
know.
tickled to be here.
Oh, good, Juno. Well, I'm tickled you are here, and thank you for agreeing to come on. It's been tough on all of us that have animals on with the fireworks and all the
Mhm.
sparklers and all the other stuff, and so I think we're all sort of living in a tenuous situation where we don't know. At least here in Washington, which is like I live in the woods, so I got people shooting guns and fireworks
Oh,
off. I haven't slept well for the last couple of nights, but
oh,
I'm more worried about my babies,
well,
because they're
yeah,
not happy. Yeah,
yeah.
but
I know we've
anyway.
got the constant wildfire issue here. All it takes is
Mhm.
a train or a truck on the interstate dragging a chain, or somebody
Yep.
throwing a cigarette, and
Boom.
it's scary.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, and it's so windy and hot and dry. So
That's right. And you get a lot of tourist activity, and they don't even know that they don't realize they're probably from other areas that don't have that craziness. So,
yeah,
yeah.
we call them Torons here, tourist morons.
Tourists. I love that. That's great. Hi, Val and Akila. Welcome, girls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, what I'm going to do first is Juno and I are going to pull some cards, and she's also going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with her. And she's going to be on Jane's channel tomorrow, which she'll talk about later. But we're going to go ahead and do the Inside the Actor Studio questions with Juno because these are so much fun. And so that's where we're going to go first. Hi, Craig Dixon. How are you, dear? So let's start by asking you what might be your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Your favorite word.
Harmony.
Harmony. Such a lovely word. Excellent. I
I
love
won't
that.
sing because everyone will go away.
So can you give us a reason why that came to your mind first? Is that something you've always had for a favorite word?
It's like the heart of Jinshin Jitsu, that everything that you're doing with the healing
Oh,
work is it's not about illness or disease or fix this or fix that. It's about
harmonizing the
finding the
body.
harmony, and balance isn't necessarily 50-50%. It's the
True.
harmony, and it's also associated to sound and vibration, and um, so that's my
Well,
word.
my husband's business is called Harmony Health, so I
You're
understand.
kidding.
No, no, that's
Oh,
the name of
wow.
it. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
I know, isn't it great? Yeah, and it's done well for us. The name has done well for us. So yes. Well, that's wonderful. So do you have a least favorite word, Juno?
Fear.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah.
I mean, it encompasses so much,
It
you know.
does. Yeah, it really does. It's funny that you say that because there was a woman that I was sort of having an interaction with. I don't know this person, but they were on like an Instagram post, and that she was talking about um, the schools and how she doesn't want the schools to teach her daughter about anything really. She wants to teach her all the personal things, and she says they just need to teach academic things. And I thought to myself, you know, I agree to a point, I guess, but she has to live in a world of a community. And for me, the woman was basing her decisions, I think, on fear.
Yeah.
And, I kind of brought that up to her 3 or 4 times, and she just absolutely didn't get it. But it's very sad that people do operate in that capacity. And I think it's because that's sort of what's been ingrained into us, as we grew up. So,
And what I've learned to tell myself when I come across people like that aren't, grasping what I'm trying to explain is that caterpillar people don't understand butterfly language.
hey, I love that. That's
You know,
beautiful. That's very beautiful
that they can't,
because of the
maybe they're in the
transformation.
goo phase, that they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
there
yeah.
yet, or maybe they're still in the cocoon phase, and that's their right
Mhm.
to be where they're at. But
True.
I don't.
That's
It's
true.
not up to me to change their mind or.
No, I
You
know.
know, you
No,
can give
and
them the
that is,
opportunity to see it. And I
yeah.
just want to let everybody know on my computer, I cannot see the chat. So I'm not aware,
Oh,
just to let you guys
okay.
know, I'm not
All
ignoring
right.
anybody.
No, I'm going to tell you that Karen Johnson came in since I last said hello, Jessica Lynn, Ginny. And so, yeah, just so you
Yeah.
know who's here. Yes. And yeah. Hi, Karen. It's good to see you. So, what excites you? And it can be about a reading, it can be about whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Hi, Jen.
Having options.
Ah,
I love having more than one choice in something, and the awareness to recognize that I have options.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. You know what's really funny about that, though, Juno, is I just read somewhere, and this is on a real mundane level, but I read if you give people too many options, that they become paralyzed. Like if you, I
Yeah.
said to you, let's go out to lunch, and you said, all right, where do you want to go? And I said, like Mexican or Italian, and then you could probably come up with. But
Yeah.
if I said, how about Mexican or Italian? Would you like Chinese? Would you like Moroccan? Would you like? It's like
Yeah.
people are like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
It's too
true.
many choices.
It's true. Well, let's just say that just the perfect amount of options. How's that?
Just the perfect amount. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
But when you don't feel you have options, then you fall into fear and the what if, and I'm not
True.
good enough, and why
Yeah.
I oughta, and I shoulda, and
Shoulda, woulda,
um,
coulda. Yep.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
with all my artwork, I've got, I couldn't have just two colors of beads. I've got to have like 200 colors of beads, and I'm not even. That's even an understatement of how many I have. But or
Uh-huh.
with my threads or my crystals or cards, whatever it is, I like
Oh
to have
my God.
choices.
I'm just like you in that regard. I have so many journal supplies and I
Yeah,
can't have enough. I
you
have to
only
have
got one
stickers and
hand to write
washi
with,
tape and
right?
pens and inserts
Yeah.
and all kinds of crap. Yeah. And then I can't find them, so I got to buy more because I can't find the ones I
I
already have.
know what you mean. I've got a whole big plastic, one of those big tubs full of Sharpie markers in all kinds of colors,
Oh yeah.
because I do
Yeah.
stuff with that. I've done like the major arcana on 20
Uh-huh.
by 30-inch whiteboards, and colored
Ooh.
them with,
Yeah.
they're not all done yet, but
Uh-huh.
one of these, the thing is the Sharpies are kind of strong smelling, so I have to,
That's
use
true.
them for
You give
so
you a real
long.
bad headache or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I'm just a hothouse orchid when it comes to stuff like that. But I
So
own it now.
Prince Charming's mom says hello to you.
Hey,
Um,
Cheryl, hope you're doing well.
yeah, we've got Juno can't see the chat, so I'm just kind of helping her out with whatever you want me to tell her. And Karen Johnson says she has a pen fetish as well. Well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Not at all.
Anything to be creative,
Yeah,
that gets you through the day. It's very pain relieving for me
it
to
is.
get
Yep.
lost in a project.
Sure. Sure. So what kind of a sound or noise do you love?
Well, lately, my latest one, and I was just doing it before we came on, is my singing bowl.
Mm.
It's a 432 hertz, and I just love that. And I have it placed where I can bend over and stick almost my entire head in it. And
Wow.
it's because it's a fairly big one. And boy, does that ever, it's very balancing and soothing. And, that or drumming, really good drumming,
Yeah,
like shamanic drumming, because that loosens up a lot of junk,
sure it
so
does.
that you can then
Yeah.
release it. And I just love I have a really large drum that was given to me by Dennis Banks one of the founders of the American Indian movement. And
Mm-hmm.
when I used to do drumming out in the desert, my drum was the heartbeat because that was
Oh,
the tone of
wow.
it. And it's
Yeah.
not safe to do that here anymore. Somebody will come and, I'm not
Yeah.
living in friendly drumming territory. Let's just put it
No,
that
I
way.
understand.
But
I
I still
understand.
have the drum, and
Uh-huh.
so I like both. What about you? What do you like?
I really love, I have the tools, what do you call them? Um, the chakra tools, the tuning
Tuning forks.
forks.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
love them. I love them. Yeah.
yeah. I use
They're
those
wonderful.
too. And
Uh-huh.
if you have two of them of the same frequency and you strike one and just hold it close to the other one, it'll make the other one
It will
vibrate.
do it. Wow. Wow. That's fabulous. I can tell you, my dogs like it. even though it's high pitched. Do your dogs like your crystal bowl? Do they?
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
they do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
if
know
they don't, they're out of here. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not giving up my crystal bowl.
No, they really love all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only like they like the oils, the essential oils, but there's a few that they don't like. Of course, there's a few I don't like either. But they respond well to all. Well, they've grown up with all this.
Grown up with it. You've taught them. That's fabulous. That's So Butterfly Kisses Healing says hello to you. She's in and out, and she wishes you a blessed day. And so I just want you to know
she's so sweet. She's just been such a wonderful support for me. I just have a lot of love for her. She's a really wonderful person.
She's a good support for lots of us here. Yeah. She's fabulous. Yep.
She's a special soul.
That's true. Any kind of noises or that you don't like?
Oh, the fireworks, the loud, anything.
Anything loud.
And I have this train that goes by like 80 times a day. And I used to kind of cringe at it. And then for a while I was throwing a baggage of like stuff I wanted to get rid of emotionally or mentally, whatever. Every time the train would go by, I'd throw it on there. Well, then it came to me in one of our practice groups. No, I'm going to start throwing a bag of love on that train. So now it's the love train. Every time it goes by, I hear that song. So I send out that bag of love on the train to go travel around the country and do its work.
It's interesting because my father was a train aficionado, and he had all the little trains, and he had the little houses and little, he did the whole model railroad thing.
The Lionel train.
The Lionels. And then he used to ride the train when he was working. He would ride the train from Boston up to the mountains in New Hampshire, where he was a caddy at one of the, this was way long time ago, like, in 1940 or something. And so when I hear a train now, it just makes me smile. I really enjoy it, but I can understand living by one and hearing it a lot.
At 2 in the morning and the whole, do you remember that movie, My Cousin Vinny, and the scene where, so ever since I moved here, I crack up because it's like, the part when the train shakes everything and she just starts laughing. Well, I hadn't watched that movie in a really long time. And a couple months ago, it was on for free. So I was watching it. And right when that scene came on, the train came by at my house and it was making everything rattle. So just,
that's funny
how it lines right up.
Yes, it does. It does. Hello. So we've got some more people here. We've got Kate, Dream Detective Kate, and Lauren Hunsinger. Callie Healer's here. Micah Goddess is here. And welcome, everybody. And yes, I did put up the Chris V is here. Thank you. I did put up that you could put questions up and we will answer them when we get done doing this and an announcement. So you can go ahead and put them up and I'll put them up for us. Okay. So you ready for this one? I don't know. What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it on here. Let me see.
Well, you can. Okay.
It has 4 syllables. Just leave it at that.
Oh, boy, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have that as their favorite curse word. They do. Something about it just really releases all their, their anger and energy and moves it in a different direction. So thanks for joining the group. Yes.
I do my best to not, but sometimes it's the best cleansing you can do is just to let one rip,
Let one rip. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cosmic Blue Avian, it's good to see you, girl.
I haven't talked to her in a long time.
I know. Well, she's down under, so she's not always here. And Gina M is here too. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. We really appreciate it. Both Allie.
Patty Fitzgerald is here. Thank you for being here, Patty. All right. So we've got the next question. What gift, other than what it is you currently have as any kind of a gift, would you like to have? So, it could be, you do a lot of crocheting and you do, but it could be metaphysical. It could be normal, regular, everyday gift.
I would like to be able to manifest a magic wand that really worked. It would I could wave it and make everyone's dreams come true that was in their best and highest good.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Well, thank you. I'll have to think about what I'd ask you for. But that's a really cool answer. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, dear. How about what gift that you might find that you have that's kind of annoying?
A gift that I don't know what you mean.
So let's say, for instance, you can read people's minds, and sometimes that's very annoying, or you may be a person who always is asked to cook spaghetti, and after a while it gets annoying. I don't know. It could be any kind of gift that you might have that
Yeah.
you don't really prefer having.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
appreciate the gifts that, I
Okay.
remember there's an episode of the old Columbo series with Ruth Gordon on it. Do you remember her? She was
Yes.
such a
Yes.
stick watching her. And
Uh,
the somebody was saying something to her like you're just the best this or the best that. And she said, I welcome all superlatives. And I just love that phrase.
yes.
Um, sometimes I wish I don't let's see let me couch. I don't want to say this
Yeah,
the
I
way
know you don't want to
my
say it the
my
wrong way. Yeah.
my thirst for knowledge can be overwhelming to
Oh,
people.
mine is. I've got too many irons in the fire with that, but that's okay.
Yeah, and when
It's
I
okay.
share
Yeah.
things I learn, it's not because I'm such a know-it-all. It's because look at
No,
this, isn't this
no, no.
exciting? This is fun, and just want
Yeah.
to share. It's not out of
No, no. We know
you know,
that. Everybody
yeah,
that loves you knows that, and that I hope everybody realizes that I too. If I was talking about the new Netflix thing last night that I watched about Egyptian pyramids. And I just thought it was fascinating. And a lot of people don't want to either take the time or aren't maybe that interested. But if they aren't, they don't have to listen. It's not to say I know everything. It's just to share whatever that
yeah,
is.
yeah. And it's exciting when you
Mm.
learn some new, and
Yeah,
especially when you uncover or become aware of some ancient
yeah,
knowledge that's really pertinent today, especially the way things are going. That I think
true.
that bringing that ancient knowledge forward is really vital right now,
It is. It is vital. It is
more
vital.
so than ever in my lifetime.
I would say one of my gifts that I find annoying, if there was one, would be that people will say to me, "Oh my God, you're so strong. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah." And you know what? Thank you very much.
yeah,
I appreciate that, but I don't want to really be that strong person all the time. I
yeah.
want somebody else to do it. Yeah.
That reminds me of when this was, well, like the late 1980s, and I was working at a large phone company, and we were in customer service, and something had happened. It wasn't even related to my job, but I worked next to a woman who was really close to retirement age. And I was grumbling about something, and I said, "In the next life, I want to come back as a big burly man." And 'cause, as a woman and a single mother, and all
Mhm.
struggling, and it's like,
Yeah.
ugh. And she goes, "No, no, no, honey. You want to come back as an antique car, then you get pampered and you get polished and you only get driven on certain days of the week. You're really appreciated." So I never forgot she
Well,
told me
see,
that.
and remember that old show, My Mother the Car? You
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
Yes. So yes, and I know that if you were an antique car, maybe you'd be Craig Dixon might have you because he has that beautiful antique car that he takes really
yeah,
good care of. So yes,
yeah. I
absolutely.
have the only way I emulate an antique car right now is I got too much junk in my trunk. But
I get it, girl. I totally get it. Yep,
but I'm
yep.
working on that. That's
You're working
that's
on it. Yeah,
actually
yeah.
that I'm actually making a
Well,
lot of
I was
progress
supposed
that
to
way.
get a prescription for Ozempic for my diabetes, and because and also was hoping to use it for my weight loss, and they've refused to give it to me. They said that I need to try all these other,
Oh,
and then that would be the last resort. And I thought, you know what? Otherwise, it's $1,200 for
isn't
one
that
month.
stupid? It's
I
just
know
stupid.
it is stupid. So I
I've
just
just
have to. I think I'm being told, Allie, come on, girl, you have to use your your strength and your will and
Yeah,
do
that's what
better.
I'm doing. I cut out, sugar is not my friend, and
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
really hard. I've almost totally given up chocolate. I allow myself a
Good
little
for
bit of
you, but once in a
non-dairy
while, yeah, you got to
chocolate,
do it. Yeah.
ice cream, a few tablespoons a couple days a week, and that's what I allow. I mean, and it's really helping.
Yeah. It also becomes more so delicious
Yeah,
tasting.
you
That's
savor every little bite.
yes. Oh, Jay, I think that they think we just wanted to lose weight, and honestly, I thought it might be helpful for other things, but yeah, I'm sorry your sister's in that same boat. Cosmic Blue says more junk, a better trunk.
Yeah.
Well, she's our new best friend. Hi, Joan.
Yeah, right. She goes to the
Hi,
top of the class.
Yes, Joan, I'm glad you're here. I know Juno's coming on with you soon, so welcome, dear.
Joan gave me an amazing reading yesterday that
Did
was
she?
gifted to me by Butterfly Kisses Healing, and so you know, it was
Oh,
just amazing, and I'm still flying high from it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
she's an
Kelly
amazing
Healer,
reader.
I love food too, Kelly Healer. My new one is chicken burgers on the grill,
Oh,
cold with coleslaw. You know, that's oh
yeah.
my God, it's so good in the sandwich. All right, I'll shut up. It's lunchtime.
You don't
almost.
have to. No,
All
it's,
right.
I like hearing what other people are up to, knowing that we're all, you know, we're all doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, getting a grip. And with what happened in the last 3 years, I think a lot of us fell into comfort eating and
We did.
you know, not being as physically active and things like that. And I think we're starting to come out of our cocoons now and out of our goo phase and into our butterfly phase. And butterflies can't fly with a whole lot of, you know, here's a question I have. They have moth balls. Do they have butterfly balls? You know, like.
Well, it's funny that you asked that because my father used to say, have you ever smelt mothballs? And I'd say, yes. And he'd say, well, how did you get their tiny legs apart? I always thought that was so fabulous.
It's really good. Then what did you say?
I just said, oh, Dad. But then I told everybody else, you know.
Well, I never understood. You know, a lot of moths are really beautiful. You know,
They are.
Why are they the ugly stepsister? You know,
I know.
A stepchild of the winged ones, because they have a lot of cool messages too. They always fly to the light.
Yeah,
you know?
They do. They're very attracted to the light.
And they have good taste, like cashmere. You know.
Yeah. Oh, honey, you gained 50 pounds during COVID. I didn't gain that much. I gained about 20, but I have to say that when my mother died, way back when, I gained 100 pounds.
Wow.
And I was up to 240. And that's when I had my first bariatric surgery because I was just nothing but a walking wall of fat. Anyway, Craig is
they might put you on the border, Al. You got to be careful.
Craig is warming up leftover turkey legs. Oh God, Craig! I shouldn't have brought food.
Don't talk about unless you have enough for
everybody. Do this
Craig.
to me. I know. Gina says the moths fly to the light, but then it's lights out.
Yeah, right. Boom, boom, out go the lights. Right.
Boom, boom. All right, we got one more question here before we can take readings. If heaven exists, and you and I know it does, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive?
Here's all the yarn you could ever want. Go for it, girl.
He says you spun a lot of yarns down there in the United, you know, while you were on.
You got all the colors of the rainbow and then some. And
but remember, you have to make sure you get all this. You got to have all the supplies, Juno. If you don't, then what can you do with yarn? You know, you have to have.
I got to have a hook too. But you know, and I would like to have seriously like be given a job. You know, that I could help. That's what I'm here for. It's all about being of service, and I would like to be of service. Sometimes I wish I could just be there because I think that being of service would be easier. You know.
Oh, this is the hardest place in the world to be. This is
in the universe.
In the universe, right? We picked it, and wow, what are we, stupid? It's like going on the scrambler ride after you eat a whole bunch of cheese fries. Oh my God!
Oh Lord!
yeah, not.
They'll be refunding a whole lot.
They'll be refunding, absolutely. All right. So thank you, Juno. Thank you for answering the questions.
Those were fun questions. Thanks, Allie. I love that.
That's from that. For those of you who don't know and haven't watched, I've been asking those questions from the Inside the Actors Studio, except that I've changed it to Inside the Psychics Studio,
Oh.
Originally, the James Lipton show was on Bravo back in the day. And the best part was the first person I tried it out on was Kevin of Healing Medium. And James Lipton came through and said, please do this with everybody.
Oh, cool. And didn't they do a parody of that on Saturday Night Live? Was it Will Ferrell played James
probably.
Lipton or somebody? It was hysterical.
Yeah. All right. So I see your question, Rossi. So right now I have Chris V, Patty Fitzgerald, and Rossi. I could let's see, what time is it? Okay, we got about a half an hour. So I could probably take, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 more questions if you are willing. And here we go. First question we have. May I get a destiny reading? My date of birth is November 26th.
Oh.
Now you know all about how to do that part of it, don't you, Juno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm working on creating a deck that I'm going to have printed for everybody. So
awesome.
We're working on that. So for destiny cards, who is this for? Oh, Chris V.
Chris V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get my deck here.
Okay.
And my birthday is just a few days away from that. So
awesome.
So
is my stepson. He's always right around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes it's on Thanksgiving every so many years.
Yeah.
And I was born at 333, and on leap year, it's on the 333rd day of the year.
Oh my goodness, girl! And
isn't that crazy?
What would threes be again? Tell us what it would be.
Well,
the meaning
threes is like, 2 is partnership, and then you bring in the 3, so it's more powerful. And the other thing I remember is that, like, a table with 4 legs can only sit on a level on a flat surface, but a 3-legged stool can be level on any surface. So it's a little more flexible.
All right, let's see. The number belongs to Jupiter. People who belong to number 3, like yourself, are knowledgeable, religious, and understanding. Well, you're spiritual, you're not.
Spiritual, yeah.
Yeah. And very creative and express themselves in a variety of ways. Boy, that speaks to you for sure.
Oh,
you are definitely that. All right, Callie Healer, I got it. Universal love and compassion is a 33. Thank you, Cosmic Blue. It's only 4 a.m. down under. So.
Dawn's correct down there, right? Almost.
Yeah. Yep. Karen Johnson, I got your question. All right.
So
tell me when you're ready, and I'll bring up.
I'm sorry.
Just tell me when you're ready, and I'm going to bring you up into. Let me see.
I'm ready.
Okay.
For Chris's card for November 26th, it's the 7 of Hearts. And so for people who don't know, the entire calendar year, there's a different card for every day of the year, except for December 31st. And that day is the Joker. You can be any card you choose if your birthday is December 31st. And you can change it throughout your life. But for Chris, we have for November 26th, we have the 7 of Hearts, which is unconditional love, have faith, letting go of desires, inspiration, seeking answers, and your challenge is developing a giving attitude. So you think of the 7s, tomorrow's that big 777 portal.
It is.
It's a very, very spiritual number. So, I mean, what a beautiful card to be, the, unconditional love card. It's
absolutely beautiful.
Really amazing. But then, it's also important with having that sense of unconditional love, of balancing it with being able to receive, allow yourself to receive, because if you're only wanting to be the giver all the time, that becomes a control issue, and that's not a healthy thing for anyone. So
very good. That's awesome.
So somebody I would say somebody who's really spiritually based and speaks and gives from their heart. It's a beautiful card.
Yes, it is. All right. I pulled from the Energy Spirit deck for you today because I don't do, those kind of. But anyway, you get the Goddess of Dreams, vision, intuition, and receptivity. And so you do have the gift of vision. And, working on it is probably going to give you a little bit more understanding of it. And if you're just starting out, don't be discouraged because some of us are still working on it. It's been a long time. All right. Hi, Kelly.
And with the dreams, if dreams help connect us, or excuse me,
Mhm.
whales help connect us to dreaming. So if
Mhm.
you're someone who wants to remember your dreams before you go to sleep at night, really focus in and invite in the whale energy. And
Okay.
if you do it with, it takes effort. It isn't something that you can just kind of leave it to willy nilly and think, oh, I'll just
Yep.
remember it. Put some effort and some focus into it. You'll be
Definitely.
surprised at how much you remember.
Yes, absolutely. I have to tell you a whale story that I saw yesterday. Now that you've mentioned it, and what it said was that there was a boat out there, and actually they videotaped it. There was a boat, and these big killer whales came up to the boat, and it was it wasn't a huge boat, but it wasn't a speedboat, and they kept blowing off, and they were trying to tell the people to follow them, I think, and so they
Oh,
did. They did. And they went under this bridge and they came to this one place, and there was a whale that was had a piece of rope tied around its tail with a weather balloon on it or something.
oh
And
God.
so they went and they were able to cut it off the whale, so that the
Yeah,
whale could be
released
free.
it.
And they all just blew off their tops and were so happy. And I know, it's
Oh, that
amazing.
makes me want to cry. That's amazing.
I know, it was amazing. And I've actually seen dolphins do that on a video for a dog that was stranded somewhere out in the middle of, like on a rock somewhere out there, or on a corner. And they got the people to come and work with,
Here
I
comes
don't
the
know what.
love train. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but
I can.
back to the dolphin and porpoise story. Did you ever hear about, like, 10 or 12 years ago, Dick Van Dyke fell asleep out on a paddleboard out in the Pacific Ocean and went out to sea,
Oh,
and the
no.
the porpoises brought him back into land and saved his life.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So Chris V. Cosmic Blue says this would be a great first day to start a meditation practice. So there
Excellent.
you go. Remembering though, for her it's 7-7 today. For us, it's still 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
Just so
Right.
you know. So
So
uh, let me
get your
lead into
pen,
this.
get your pencil sharpened, and your book ready.
That's right.
For your
I
journaling from
want
your
to lead
meditation.
into this because of the 7-7. So tell us about your GoFundMe that you're going to be doing. Tell us about the shows that you're also going to be doing,
Oh,
please.
thanks.
Yeah.
Well, my plan had been to sell my car so I could get a computer and do, because I've been stuck in a rut with, I don't have a computer that's capable for me to keep making content for my YouTube channel. So, but I've come to change my mind. I've got my car fixed, but I have a big fat several $1,000 bill to pay on it, and I need to keep the car because it's a good car so I can have my independence. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting a GoFundMe to help me, get that paid for. I need a new computer and, like, paying for Zoom so I can really do readings for people, like you do, and you can record it.
Yep.
And I'm also, I have three Oracle, or card decks that I've created that I want to print and be able to offer to people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big step for me to move forward, and this all just kind of happened in the last couple days, that I've let go of an idea that I was really limiting myself
Mm-hmm.
in my sense of independence and my belief in myself. And thanks to Butterfly Kisses and some other really wonderful people behind the scenes encouraging me, you all know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just am really appreciative of the guidance. And Joan came through with a beautiful message for me today in support of what I'm doing. So
Good.
because tomorrow is the 777 portal day, so it's July 7th, 2023, which is all sevens, which is 21, which adds up to 3. So I get back to my 3 thing. But I had mentioned it to Jane the Seeker this morning in her chat, and she goes, well, we're doing a portal day, 7 a.m. my time. She's invited me on her channel, and my goal is to raise $7,777. So
Uh-huh.
7 up, right?
Yes. Every little bit helps. If you can't do it, please send along some thoughts and prayers to Juno. Those are always welcome. And I
Definitely.
will be putting it also on my community page if you're interested in helping her out. And thank you for listening. So tomorrow you're going to be on with Jane the Seeker, correct?
At 7
And
a.m.
then
Pacific.
7 a.m. Pacific. Okay. And how about when you go on with Joan? When do you go on with
Oh,
Joan?
I'm on Monday with Jane,
Monday.
and I I'm
Oh,
not sure of
Monday.
the time. I think it's like around 10 in the morning Pacific.
Okay.
And then with Joan, again, I forget. I didn't brush
It
up on the
doesn't matter.
time. Just
What
on
day is it?
Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday.
it's
Okay.
Wednesday. Yeah,
All
and
right.
I'm also available. I'm doing private readings for donation. So if anybody would like a reading right now, the way to contact me is through my email, which is Junosees, JUNOSEES @gmail.com, and we can arrange a time and work some. And I'm also offering, I do tarot readings and oracle readings. We can talk about crystals. We can do destiny cards, and also I am offering self-help Jinshin Jitsu if there are, and it's not
Excellent.
necessarily physical. It can be mental, emotional, spiritual kind of things to help with. I can teach you ways that you can
Mhm.
assist yourself in reaching your goals and
That's
and achieving harmony.
very good. Thank you so much. All right. So we've got Patty, we've got Rossi, Callie Healer, Karen Johnson, Angie, Lisa, and Yvette. And I think we're going to close down the questions right now because that's quite a few to do. So Patty Fitzgerald is wondering whether her daughter will find true love. We can read around the energy, Patty, for sure. This is more of a third-party question if you think about it, because it's more about what your daughter is wanting. So I'm only going, we can read it, but please be aware of that. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right. Thank you, dear.
And also, it comes to mind, and I'm sure it does to you, the first thing to do is to find true love with yourself.
Absolutely. Or she does need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. I love these cards. They're called the Astral cards. And Astral Realms card.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
And they're just beautiful. They're in pinks, which really are gorgeous. So hopefully you can see it. It's a little light. So it says intuition, and look at the beautiful pouring into the cups here, and just a real etheric picture. So I believe that she will. She needs to intuitively connect with whoever it is that, she's going to know intuitively when she meets this person, this is him. And it really, really does happen, because that's how I met my husband, my current husband. It was intuitive on both of our parts. We knew it right away. And, I just believe that she needs to follow her heart and her intuition. And you don't have to necessarily be a psychic or involved in anything to know that intuition and women go hand in hand, really. It's our gut level, our heart level.
Nice.
Right. Very good.
I'm using the Akashic Records deck, Akashic Tarot deck.
Okay.
And I pulled the Three of Forces, which is the bird's nest. So this is about, feather your own nest. Right. And networking with family and friends, and like-minded people, and put out there to the universe, be literal with what you want, be specific. Don't be, if you're too general, you might not get, quite what you're looking for. But this goes back to what the instinct that I had at the beginning of loving yourself. Feather your own nest, make your home, whatever that is to you, the most appropriate for welcoming a new relationship. But remember, you're queen of your nest. Don't give that up. I think a lot of times, we're so anxious to be loved or accepted that we give away too much of ourselves, and then we end up really disappointed and angry later that they're not quite living up to our expectation, but we set ourselves up for that. So
we did. We don't
wish her well in her quest.
Yeah, I do too. That's wonderful. So Lauren Hunsinger wants everybody to know we have 3 Stargate portal days this month. We have the 7/7, the 7/16, which the 16 is a 7, and the 7/25, which is a 7 this month. Just so you all know. And it's a great power source. It really is. Thanks, Lauren. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Lauren.
Yeah. All right. There was something else. Viviani highly recommends a reading with Juno, and I have to agree. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of reading with her recently, and it was really, she's just a lovely person. I really enjoyed it.
She is a lovely person. She's wonderful. All right. Rossi says, I was told my family had a curse, that the curse was placed a couple generations back. Is this true?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, you know what is really awful is that there are actually people out there that say, ooh, your family has a curse, but if you give me $500,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can take the curse off. That's BS.
Yeah.
That's total
You know, the
BS.
thing is, what turned my life around a lot was practicing conscious language. Like, don't even put that into, you know, I'm not faulting you for asking the question, but I'm saying in your daily
No.
practice, don't
Yeah.
even allow those kind of thoughts in. If it helps for you to cut any ties that you might think you have to that and go forward. But it's like, even if I order something from Amazon and I know I'm getting, I don't say I got it. I say I received it.
Right.
Just the way you can, like, we don't take a breath, we receive a breath. It's a gift. If you start viewing all these little wonderful things that happen in your life, you'll find that that word CURSE won't even enter into it.
Yep. Oh, Karen, so you can have it done today, dear. Oil painters here. She says the train. I love the train. Gave pulling into the station hoot, as you said. I love it too.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ginny, oh, your birthday's going to be a portal day. Woo, girl. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. And Valerie says it all leads up to the 888 portal, which is the Lionsgate.
And I did a video last year about the 88 Lionsgate. That's still on my channel. If anybody would like to go see it, it's in the one of the playlists, and it's actually pretty interesting.
So Rossi, I pulled a card for you, and I got these new cards yesterday, and oh my God, they're just so beautiful. I'm trying to find what they are. I got them on Etsy. Oh, where's the cover? Anyway, here it is. These are tiny cards, but the Soul Tree Dreamer's Journey, and it's an oracle card. And I found them, and the first thing that I did was pull a card yesterday when we were on the Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, and oh my God, it was so spot on. So I'm going to say this one is too. Look at the trees. This is all art by the lady who made it. It says grasp, holding on to what is familiar, release the grip of limitation. Exactly right. If you think that there's a curse, then you hold on to that, whether you consciously do it or not. It limits you, because all of a sudden it's like there's the condition. If you understand, something happens, you go, oh, that's because we have, this happened in my family. So it says to release it, release any limitation that you believe is occurring in your life or the life of your family. So
beautiful.
Did you have a card at all?
I did pull a card from that same deck, and I got the Two of Scrolls, which is two worlds. And I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah.
She's got that, indoors where she's at, she sees all this work ahead of her. I got to spin the yarn, and I've got to do this and do that. But outside that window is this beautiful world. So it's all what you focus on. If you're going to focus on that CURSE word, that's what you're going to draw more of that energy to you. That doesn't mean that it exists, but you're just going to bring more of that towards you. But she could turn around and look out the window and see that beautiful life, all those opportunities out there, smell the roses and breathe that fresh air. So I would just say, move past that. That's old news.
Oh, thanks, Jay. It's so good that's beautiful. Thank you, Juno. Karen Johnson has the cards. Then she already knows my cards, the cards I pulled. That's cool. Yeah. And, I love that Rossi said, and I agree with you, Rossi. We know that you're not holding on to that really, because you wouldn't be here if you were. But I understand that it was a question that you just really wanted to ask. Yeah. So
we're
not scolding you. We're
not at all. Not at all. We're just encouraging you. And the reason I'm spelling that word is I don't want to give it any more. Any more power.
All right. So Kelly Healer wonders if her dog. Is her dog going to find a job? Well, I don't think so. Her first son is going to find a job. My apologies to you, Callie Healer. Callie Healer's going to come on my channel soon, and I can't wait. Everybody can meet her. Yes. Yes.
There's so many amazing people in our community.
There are. Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's pull some cards here for you, dear. Juno, I'm going to put you in the hot seat first. There you go.
Well, I pulled out my timing cards.
Okay.
And it says the future is uncertain. So we can go this way so we can see it. There we go.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean it won't happen.
Right.
It's just reading on, and of course we're also reading third hand here.
True. That's true.
It's not the sun.
The sun isn't asking the question, right?
But what this also tells me is things happen in divine timing. And perhaps he doesn't have the education required yet or the experience yet for that specific job.
Yeah.
And maybe job is not what's in his best and highest good right now. Maybe
right. Or it might be 5 or 6 different ones that are out there.
It's like when I moved to this place. I won't go into the whole long story, but I had my choice of 3 places, and this one, which is the best spot in the whole park, only became available 24 hours before I came to look at it.
Oh,
if I had looked, called the day before, I would have been in one of the ones I wouldn't have been happy in. Right. So I would say trust in divine timing.
That's awesome.
And then the next card after that, just out of curiosity, is time will show. So it goes right along with that.
Yeah. There you
and
go.
Look and focusing on, use your own third eye, Callie Healer, to see what kind of messages you get. And if he's open to that, see what he comes up with. Because that's really what's the most important, is the messages that our viewers see, what they receive from the card.
Absolutely. All right, here I am. And I pulled, I don't know if all of you know this, but I love Marianne at Revealing Light Tarot. She's from Australia, and she's one of my favorite people. And I think she was one of the first people that I ever listened to before I came on.
Me too.
And I got her oracle cards. I've had them a long time, but I found them again. You know how that goes. And so I pulled from this deck. And so I get here contemplation. What lies beyond is a new pathway and a new beginning. So I take that to mean, and it's going to bring him, it's going to push him on another path with a whole new beginning in what he does. And I believe that that's why the timing is so important, as Juno said. It seems to be agreeable.
Well, and that balloon is going up, up higher and higher, and you've got the you
can see
circle
more
there.
Yeah. You can see more around. And look at it's a 10, which is a 1, which means a new beginning. So it's coming, It's a coming. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. All right. So Karen Johnson's chomping at the bit to get a destiny read. She was watching you on Sherry's show, and she was disappointed that she didn't get her chance to have one. So there you go, girl.
Well, we'll fix that.
All right.
And that is how appropriate. We've got another heart in the house today. One of these days, what I'd like to do when we have a group is see what everybody's cards are, see what kind of poker hand or something we get out of them.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
So my card is the 5 of Hearts, and cards that are on either side of you can be past life people. And Karen could be a past life. We could have a past life connection because her card is the 4 of Hearts, which is about security and love, having a healing heart, protection, and family and marriage relations are important to you. And your challenge is selfishness.
Oh, taking care of yourself. Wow.
Yeah, and selfishness, selfishness to some degree is a good thing. We do need to have some degree of that.
We do.
We put ourselves first, and that's okay. And just to keep it all in perspective. And also it could be looked at as don't let somebody else's selfishness, ruin your day or, your perspective. But
well, when we grew up, we were told if we did something that was not aligned with what others wanted, that we were selfish, but there's really nothing wrong with it.
Right. And the 4, that's the number of the emperor, the foundation, strong foundation with the 4. So,
Mhm.
I think that you're somebody that having a loving, secure relationship is important to you. And there's no more important, loving relationship to have than with ourselves. It took me 60 some years to figure that out, but I'm finally there,
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And 4 is my numerology number. And you did that whole thing readout for me for the year. It was fabulous. And I think I was the emperor because 4 is the emperor, I believe.
When's your birthday, Ellie? Just birthday.
9/29. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what I get for you, Karen, is accomplishment, abundance, fullness, satisfaction, a personal achievement is waiting for you. There's your card. So look at
Nice.
that accomplishment. That's fabulous.
And I know you didn't ask, Allie, but just because we're talking about it, your card is the 8 of Hearts, so 2 4s. And that's the
Okay.
love healer. You're charismatic, power in relationships, and your challenge is emotional responsibility.
That's it. I
There you
agree
go.
because I have a Pisces moon, and boy, oh boy, I can only tell you, woohoo,
Yeah.
very emotional side.
So these are my makeshift deck, but this is like the prototype of one of the decks that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making a Destiny card deck and have them printed nice and
Uh-huh.
all that.
Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. Thank you, Juno. All right, so we got Angie. Can I please get your insight into my future husband? Ooh. Is he already your future husband, or is this a future husband um, prototype?
As yet unknown. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
If only we could work on a prototype and bring
No,
them
but
into.
we can set intentions for the type of person that we'd like to find. We don't.
Mhm.
For instance, if you can't deal with sloppy people, you could say I'd like somebody that's, fairly clean, or there are things, and then we just know that there are going to be some things that won't be able to be met, probably. So.
And there's always that downside. You always have to be careful what you wish for. That.
Uh-huh. Yep.
What's
Yep.
your
Because you might just get
definition
it.
of fairly clean?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Well, I pulled that, and again, I pulled from the Akashic Tarot, and I got the 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. So it looks like
Ooh.
he's going to be somebody. This guy looks maybe like a scientist, or maybe there's somebody
Yeah.
who's a watchmaker, or somebody who's an intellectual type and creative. And I would say this is also somebody who's very focused on their work, and it could be an artisan in the sense of an artist, or
Yes.
there's a baker can be an artisan.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes, that's very true. You can
yeah,
make wedding cakes. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I got something that complements that, actually, Juno. I have that he's going to be very motivated. The hardest part is the climb before the summit. He keeps going. He keeps going. He's very motivated. He may even be a person that likes to, and it's a 5 is the number, but he may be a person that likes to get out and do things outside, or at least is very motivated in his career, possibly, or to have a relationship. So I think this person will be very motivated for you. And so good luck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that would be great to meet somebody who's an artisan, who's
I
really
know. I
has an
know.
interest and is focused. And they're also somebody who wants to teach what they know and share that with others. And maybe that if you don't know them yet, maybe that would be a way to meet them, is get out and take some
True.
classes in something you're interested in.
That's very true. That's very true.
And then you
A
could
lot
be
of
hot
people
for teacher,
hot for teacher. Oh gosh, that's funny. You're welcome, Angie. So Lisa Keller, the birthday reading, August 13th.
Okay. And it's funny when number of the shows that I've done with Sherry and done this, almost everybody has been a diamond. Here we thought we would get all these hearts or spades, because spades are spiritual. We got all these diamonds, and now today we've got hearts. And then for Lisa, we have the King of Clubs, which is master of the mind, the master communicator, intuitive, live your truth, mental success, and your challenge is being controlling.
Mm-hmm.
You can see he's focused right on that club. See how the king is looking at that. Like this would
Yeah.
be somebody who really likes to read or always wants to learn. And being intuitive, he possibly could be a really good card reader if that's something that you're inclined to want to do. So,
Yes.
there you go. Mental success. So,
Mental
you can't get better than the king. That's the, king of the heap there.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. That's fabulous. The king of the road.
Yeah.
All right. I got
Roger Miller.
communication. I got communication. We are more than we think. Observe your thoughts because they precede your words. So you must be a very good communicator, but you need to be careful with your words. Sometimes perhaps you say them and then regret them. So make sure that you know that you can communicate, but sometimes you need to just wait a few minutes, sit back just for a little while, and then say what you feel. People tend to take it better if you do that. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Think twice, speak once, right?
Right. It's helped me a lot because I've put my foot in my mouth too many times, and boy, oh boy, it doesn't taste very good.
Oh, it's hard to walk, and you watch your dog do or something on the way. It's really bad.
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah. All right. Hi, Linda Thompson. Yeah, you can put in, if you'd like, we can do one of the birthday readings for you if you'd like that. Just put your day and month of your birthday in. Yeah. Amy, put yours in too, because you're asking about career, and maybe that will come up with whatever the birthday is. You don't have to put the year, anybody, unless you want to, All right. So we have a destiny read for Yvette, December 13th.
Okay, Yvette. So another Sagittarius, just like me. I love the Sagittarius. So another club. So we have a lot of mental people, and those clubs are also about communication. So that goes along with the card you pulled previously. She is the 5 of clubs, a versatile mind, freedom-loving, spontaneous, travel, relocation. You can be impatient. 5s are very changeable, and I know that because I'm the 5 of hearts, and the 5 of hearts is the classic divorce card and disappointment by men. And why didn't I learn destiny cards before I married any of them? So
I don't want to even ask about mine. I'm sorry.
And your challenge is needing to make up your own mind.
Yes.
So, slow down and focus yourself, get grounded, and, don't always be going with everyone else's flow. Find your own flow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let me pull something here for you, Yvette, just from my group of cards. So we have change. Change is coming to you. I think I got to pull another one just to see what kind. So, ooh, looks like you're going to be manifesting something that you've been wanting for a while, Yvette. Look at that. Just keep positively focusing on what it is you want, and change is on its way. You should be able to manifest that thing. Wow, that's great.
That goes right along with the 5 of clubs, because 5s are all about change. That's like it's also the number of man, which doesn't mean male, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's cool.
And if you're somebody a lot of people who are the 5 of clubs, that they're always changing their mind, they've got that analysis paralysis going. And a little tip I can give you along Jinshin Jitsu lines to harmonize that: hold your pinky fingers. At least 5 inhales and exhales a day, and you can hold it any way you like. You can just gently hold that pinky finger, or you can get in there, what we call detailing it, and kind of put some pressure on each little area. And then if you find an area of tension, hold there for a while until that tension releases. And then if you might want to work it, maybe that little area of tension just goes a micromillimeter away, just move a little bit, you might find it again. You know how things come off in layers, the layers of, new level, new devil, they say, but this can help because it's also related to the heart and small intestine. And small intestine is where we sort out our food. So we sort out our thoughts. So this can really help. Either one, either pinky finger.
Either one? Okay. Excellent. So Yvette says she's been a job that she's been manifesting. So good luck with that, dear. Nice. That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
Thanks for asking, Yvette.
All right. So Earth Spirit, whose name is Amy, wonders about what she should do as a career. So I asked her to give her birth date, which is April 21st.
Okay. Let's see what we can find here. Well, this is a clubs kind of day, I'm telling you.
Really, another one.
Isn't it fun? And the King of
Yeah.
Clubs. So we've got two King of Clubs in the house. So again, this is Master of the Mind, a master communicator, intuitive, live your truth, mental success, and your challenge is being controlling. So you probably would be happiest in a job more of in management, something where you're more higher up the scale than just doing the lowly,
Yeah. Or
whatever
your own
that.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, run your own
Yeah.
business and maybe owning a bookstore or working in a library or something. When I see the clubs, I think about people who are their mind is always going, they're always wanting to learn and research and also again with the intuitive side, if you were so interested, you could be a very successful reader.
She is,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, great.
She is. Yeah.
Excellent.
She's been on my show. She's an intuitive, and her guide is John Lennon.
Oh,
So,
wow.
isn't that cool? Yeah.
Well, that would be live your truth. That just jumps
Live your
right out
truth.
at me there.
It does.
You just
Yeah.
don't let your just don't let it control you in any way. Keep it all in perspective, and you're
Yeah.
living your card's truth there. I love it.
You are. Okay. So I'll tell you what I got here as well. And I pulled two because the first one was a contemplation card again, where you're supposed to be contemplating what lies beyond, but it looks like a new beginning. But look at this. It says to create your own masterpiece. Your renaissance is right around the corner. So my feeling is, you just need to find what it is that you feel most comfortable with in your own world. And either that or a metaphysical bookstore or doing readings at a metaphysical bookstore, whatever it might be. Those kinds of jobs might be something that you're good at. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And that card, the Mona Lisa, always makes me. She's so enigmatic. Is she smiling? Isn't she smiling? What's she thinking?
Yes. And she's looking at you from all different angles.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really cracks me up.
And keep the mystery alive.
Keep it alive. That's right. So we've got Linda Thompson with a May 9th birth date, and I will take you, Cosmic, and then we need to wrap it up today. So thank you. All right. I dropped a card. We get another clubs. I'm going to really.
This time we've got our first diamond of the day and the diamond. 10 of diamonds. So
ooh,
ding, 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 ding. Go to the casino.
Ding, ding, yeah.
What is it? Winner, chicken dinner. This is the money card, financial protection. Very fortunate with money, someone who deals with a lot of money, and your challenge is spirituality. So this is somebody who maybe is a banker or into real estate or the stock market. So it might be a little more of a stretch for you to pull in your spiritual side. That doesn't mean that you can't. I'm just saying that might be, it might not come as easy to you as it does to someone else. But this is like the best money card you can get. So like the 10 of Pentacles would be in the tarot deck. So,
wow.
There you go.
That's pretty fascinating, Linda Thompson. I have here that you need to make it happen. What do you love to do? Do what you love and love what you do. I don't think you're looking for a job at this juncture, but I do think that you're very effective in your spiritual journey, and they're telling you just keep doing that part of it that you love to do the most, because that's really what's good for you, and enjoy what it is that you're doing in whatever capacity that might be.
Very nice. And the diamonds aren't necessarily money. It can be abundance. There's a lot of ways to have an abundant life. So
there is. Yep. And Linda, I hope your husband's doing better. He flipped his riding lawnmower and broke 4 ribs. And so I certainly send him a lot of love still and hope he's doing better, dear. All right. So Cosmic Blue is our last read of the day, and her birthday is August 27th.
Very nice. Well, for you, Cosmic Blue Avian, I have the Queen of Hearts, which is
goodness.
Isn't that great? The Queen of Love, the Mother card, the Goddess card, nurturing and marriage. And your challenge is being an escapist and being self-indulgent. So
taking care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. And interesting, if you look, now she's looking away from that heart. So to me, that's like she's looking out over the whole world and spreading that love rather just being focused on her own inner love. So don't forget to take care of yourself in there too. Be a mother to yourself, nurture yourself also.
Absolutely.
Give
We
yourself a
all
great
have
big
to.
hug, because one of those hugs is from me too, all the way down.
Oh, and you can do a double one. I'll send you
Yeah.
one too. That's right. So I've got a 7 in the card, and it is adapting. And it says, finding your way. And I know that you've been working on that. I know you have. Because family is not always so behind what she likes to do. So I think you're adapting to it and you're working around it, and it's working out for you. Keep doing what you're doing, dear. Keep doing
And
exactly
she's
what
doing some things that are a little out of the mainstream, so being adaptable is important to her, to,
Yes.
that it's okay to do things your own way and receive the messages and share them the way you feel is right.
Good. Well, that's fabulous. Juno, thank you so much for being with us today and spreading the love. And we wish you well on your GoFundMe. And I love that it's a 777 idea. And I'll have that information in my community page. I know she'll have it on hers. And if you can, if you can't, lots of love and hugs.
Oh yeah, don't anybody,
Yeah.
extend beyond their means, and any just good
Yes.
thoughts and everything, good vibrations. I believe that those multiply also. I'm really grateful. And I'm so thankful, Allie, for all you do, not just for me and having me on, but you do a lot for our entire community, and you always make people feel so welcome and cared about. And I know all of us appreciate that. And I appreciate our viewers, because that's why we're here.
Yeah. Thank you. And we had a lot of them from all over the world here today. Thank you for spending some time with us. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hi, Sue. Yes, blessed day from Sue. All donations are gratefully appreciated. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses. I appreciate it. And much love to all of you. Make it a beautiful day. Make it a beautiful day. We'll see you soon.
Love you guys. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye. Yep. Bye-bye.